Hey team, hope you are good. I know it's coming up to that time of the year now when people are starting to go away on holidays, and there has been quite a lot of people in the Q&A that have been asking about ways to stay on track during the whenever they go away on holidays. So I put together this training on 10 ways on how to stay on track while you are on holidays. And I should also say that without having to give up booze. Okay, let's get stuck into it then. So, first things first is to try and plan ahead as much as possible, just like whenever you're at home, trying to plan your meals, trying to plan your activities. As if you can plan as much in advance as possible, then it's going to make life so much easier on holidays to try and stay on track, and it's also going to help to reduce stress. So, fail to plan is simply just a plan to fail. And as I've said there, if you can plan out your activities as much as possible, if you're going away on any sort of like adventure trips, if you're doing any, sightseeing, if you're going to do any sort of, I don't know, like fun events, like, sports events, etc. If you can plan all these things out in advance, then you can then plan around, your meals. This is the next thing. You can plan your meals around this here sort of thing. You can also plan in like when you can get a workout in, or you can pretty much just plan the actions that you're going to take while you are doing these sorts of activities. If you all activities such as going out for dinner, going out for drinks. If you know that you're doing that, say you're away for a week, if you know you're going to go out on the Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, then it's like, right, okay, on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to try and stay even more active to make up for the time I, went out on those nights out. I'm going to drink a bit more water those days as well, because I know I'm going to go out and indulge in alcohol. And also as well, like, plan your meals. So it's like, okay, I know I'm going to go out for dinner on the Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So what I'm going to do is push my breakfast back to 11 on those days, so I can have one big meal to do my breakfast and lunch. So then I have more calories than to spend at dinner time. So pretty much, if you can plan as much as in advance as possible, then it's going to take the stress out of the holiday in trying to stay on track. So the next thing is balance is key, as we know. So you want to eat well through your holiday. You don't have to eat shite the whole time. We can also work out, even going on long walks or going for runs or doing a workout, a little home workout, which I will be giving you throughout this whole presentation. Um, and we'll also, because it's our holidays, we're going to obviously indulge a little as well. It could be on the likes of foods that we don't normally eat, like cakes and donuts and all that sort of stuff. And maybe it's alcohol, maybe having, you know, some different sorts of drinks, trying different sorts of drinks and different sorts of foods. So, what we can do then is to try a few of these things. So, first things first, as I mentioned before, we could push our breakfast back to 11 a.m. and have just one big meal that'll do us through the day. So then it leaves us with more calories in the evening time, because it's probably a time whenever we're on holidays that we're going to be eating out quite a lot, and dinner usually is the main meal. So pushing your breakfast back could be a good one. Or if you're not a big breakfast eater, you can skip it altogether. And then the next thing you can do, or sorry, if you do like your breakfast, so you do enjoy a breakfast, then oh, yes, by the way, if we're at hotels or we're staying in hotels, then they're more than likely going to put on a buffet. So a couple of tips for that is to sit as far away from the buffet as possible, because there's obviously so much food out in the buffet. If you keep looking at it, you're going to be more tempted to eat it. So if you can sit as far away as possible, you're less likely to see it. And also as well, have your back facing the buffet so that then you cannot see it. and it'll make you less tempted then to go up 2 or 3 times. And then what you do is just fill your plate up full of more higher protein sources, like yogurt, like your eggs, like your meats, sausages, bacon, things like that. So that's going to help to fill you up that bit quicker. So then you maybe won't go back then, 2 or 3 times. Rather just go the once and fill up and go from there. So the next thing is, if you do like your breakfast, then you can have a light lunch, because again, in the evening time, it's more of the time when people are going to indulge a bit more. Maybe there's a few drinks taken, and further on in the evening, things become a bit more tempting. So again, having light lunches, such as like salads, etc., could be the way forward when it comes to keeping a balance. Stay active. Get up in the mornings, do a bit of a long walk, do maybe a 10 to 30 minute walk in the morning. That's going to burn a few calories, get yourself set up for the day. Also, if you're at the beach, maybe jump in the water, do a bit of swimming, play a bit of beach volleyball, sort of beach sports, like maybe play a bit of cricket, things like that. That's going to help to keep you active. It's going to help to burn some calories. And if you have a pool by at your house or apartment or hotel, wherever you're staying, then again, that's another way to stay active, is to jump in the pool and do a bit of swimming. Fill up on protein and vegetables, as always, at every meal. If you can try and get a good source of protein and a good half a plate full of vegetables, this is going to help you to stay fuller for longer. So it's going to help to reduce your snacking in between times, and it also may help then you not to drink as much maybe alcohol, which then once you start drinking alcohol, it has a knock-on effect of then craving like savory, high salted foods, such as your nuts, such as your crisps, and this is where all the calories lie. It's not in the actual drinking itself, it is what you do when you are drinking, what you are eating. And people become mindless whenever they have a few drinks in them, and they end up eating an awful lot more than what they think. So filling up on protein and vegetables at your main meals is a really good way to counteract that. Drink plenty of water. When people go away on holidays, for some reason, they forget about one of the most important things that they can be doing, and that is drinking plenty of water, keeping themselves hydrated. So always be mindful of the amount of water that you're drinking. Try and aim for that 2 to 3 liters per day, and maybe even more than that if you're going to places very hot and you're sweating a lot. And also, as well, if you're drinking quite a lot of alcohol, then you want to be drinking as much water as possible to keep yourselves hydrated, so that the hangovers aren't as bad, or we can prolong them. Another couple of tips there with the water is to, if you are in a very hot place and you are sweating quite a lot, you can add some salt to your water. That will help to for your body to retain the fluids a bit more, and this will help to keep you hydrated a bit longer. Or also, as well, stock up on some rehydrates and use them as well every single day. And again, rehydrates are another great way to try and counteract the hangovers. And then the last one is to skip on the higher calorie sources when it comes to your alcohol. Try and stay away from the cocktails, and also the beer as well. Maybe if you can find some sort of a light beer, that would be 100%. But if you can stick to wine and spirits, then that is going to give you a better chance of being able to reduce your calories a bit more and stay within them and stay on track. So the next one is to say no more. It's okay to say no. There's going to be people maybe you're away on holidays with that are going to peer pressure you into maybe going out, maybe into drinking more than what you want to do, and you don't have to give into it. We're all adults here. You can turn around and say no, tell them to fuck off. And at the end of the day, they might go on at you a bit to try and get you to do the things they want you to do. But if you stipulate and just say, no, I don't want to do that, and if they might again, like they might take the piss out of you a bit, but after about 2 or 3 minutes after the conversation is over, they will be worrying too much about their own shit to even care about it. Like nobody actually cares anyway. So don't think that that person thinks that I'm a a bit of a dickhead because I didn't go out, blah, blah, blah. They won't give a shit. I promise you now. So say it's okay to say no more. Number four, don't deprive yourself. Don't be deprived. So I do know like there's loads of people that go away on holidays and they're on a program like this, and or they're maybe on some sort of a fad diet, and they go away and they still restrict themselves and they still deprive themselves and they don't go away and enjoy themselves fully. And what's the point in going away on a holiday and not enjoying yourself fully, and not giving into your cravings whenever you have them. So the first thing to do, like I said, there is to give into your cravings. If you want to try something new, you want to try some sort of food, or if you just have a hankering for, having some sort of crisps or chocolate or, whatever it is, like have at it, go for it. Like don't go over the top. Be mindful of what you're having, but it's not to say that not to have those sorts of things. Because if you don't give in to your cravings, then eventually you will crave that food that much that you, instead of having maybe one packet of crisps or chips, or one packet, or having one bar of chocolate, you'll end up having 4 or 5 bars of chocolate and 2 packets of crisps or 3 packets of crisps, and you end up binge eating more than. Whereas if you just have one of each, say, that'll sort your body out. That'll keep your mind at rest. That'll keep the cravings at bay, and you'll be less likely then to overeat, overindulge, and to binge eat. Don't feel guilty. At the end of the day, if you want to have a certain type of food, if you're labeling foods as good and bad, then that's only going to make you feel guilty. But food is fuel. Food is energy for your body. So, and no matter what type of food you consume, there's no such thing as good or bad or healthy foods. It's either this food has a certain amount of calories, or this food's high nutrient and low calorie, or this type of food is high nutrient and low calorie. Did I say that right? It's low nutrient and high calorie, or whole foods or processed foods. So whole foods are foods that are found in nature, they're from the ground, or they're found in nature. So fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, and then your chicken, meat, pork, fish, all these types of things are found in nature. These are unprocessed whole foods, and then whereas the other types of foods like your chocolates, crisps, sweets, snacks, all foods have been processed, that have been modified, are processed foods, and like there's maybe some sweeteners and things added to them. It's not to say that these things aren't dangerous. Everything is made up of the likes of these. Even the Whole Foods is made up of chemicals as well, because that's the elements make up, and they are all chemicals. So do not worry about that. Like eating a lot more processed food than unprocessed food. At the end of the day, it's all just fuel. It's all just calories, and if you stick within your calories, that's all what it's all about. So there's no need to ever feel guilty, and we don't feel guilty in this program for eating any certain types of foods. And maybe there's one day that you end up having a binge and you end up going over your calories lots. But at the end of the day, you have the rest of your life to make up for it. So, that's all you have to do is just get right back on track in the next meal, and you are good to go. So, enjoy your food. Like most people are, they get away on holidays and they go, fuck, this is it. This is the time that I can go absolutely fucking crazy. And they try to eat as much as they can, and they just scoff it into them. They don't even, they're not even like enjoying their food. They're just eating as much as possible, eating very mindlessly, because I'm on holidays, I can do whatever I want. So the key is here is just to take a second, take a breath, take a moment, and like savor and enjoy the food that you're eating. And if you can, slow down and enjoy it more, you're going to and be more present with, whenever you are eating your food, you're going to enjoy it that bit more. You're going to savor it that bit more, and then it's less likely that you're going to overindulge in these types of things as well. And the last one there as well is to eat slowly. Most people, as I said, they're too busy, like they're scoffing their food, and like they're literally, like as soon as the food is set down in front of them, they've got it eaten within the first 2 or 3 minutes. But just take a moment, take a breath, and just enjoy the food. And eat it slowly. Chew your food and really taste those flavors. And I promise you now, you're going to enjoy it a lot more. And you may not even end up finishing your plate if you can learn to eat your food a lot bit slower as well, which is fantastic. Okay, number 5 is to prep your meals. So, um, depending on again, where you're going away on holidays, if you're in a hotel, it's going to be very hard for you to cook lunches and dinners in advance. But what you can do is go to your local store, local convenience store, and pick up some foods that are, that you can have on the go, like the likes of sandwiches, like the likes of pre-made salads, etc. You could grab some of that and store it in your fridge in your hotel room. But if you have a place like an Airbnb, a place that you can do a bit of self-catering cooking, then what I would suggest you do is stock up on loads of like some fruits and vegetables. Get your fridge full of that, and like loads of different types of foods that you can cook in advance, and you can use them then to make up the likes of lunches and the likes of dinners as well, if you can. Like if you know that you are maybe going out for dinner on the Monday night, and maybe prepping your lunch or your breakfast in advance the next day might save you that bit of bother. You might be able to then have a bit more of a lie in and relax a bit more. And you could also maybe prep your lunch as well. If you know that you're going out for an activity on a particular day and you're not going to be home for lunch, instead of you stressing about having to run about like around the shops or go to a restaurant whenever you're out doing that activity, why not have a meal prepped and ready to go? So then all you have to do then is put it in your bag, and then you have it there. It's going to reduce your stress, and it's also then going to help keep you on track. Another thing to do then is to stack up on low calorie snacks and fruit and vegetables. So low calorie snacks and high protein snacks there as well. So the likes of as I say, fruits and vegetables are very, very low in calories. So if you can get a whole load of those stacked up in your hotel room or in your Airbnb, then that's going to make it easier for you to make better food choices when it comes to your snacks, the likes of like meringues as well. That's another good low calorie snack. The likes of low fat yogurts. That's another very, very tasty, easy snack and low calorie as well. Things like that. That's going to help you to be able to make better food choices and to stay on track. Instead of you fill your house, your hotel room, whatever it is, or your apartment full of the likes of biscuits, sweets, chocolates, crisps, then you're more likely to make food choices that maybe aren't so good. Whereas if you fill the house full of the lower calorie snacks, then you are going to be able to make better food choices. And environment dictates performance, as I always say. So if you can reduce the amount of those higher calorie snacks in the house, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to stay on track. Or what you do is put them way up out of the road, in the cupboard, way high out of the way, out of eyesight, out of sight, then they are out of mind. So number 6 is then to get in a quick home workout. If you think that you are going to be on the go all day, maybe driving about, or not going to get a chance to stay active, it's great to get a good 15-minute or a quick 15-minute workout. And so here's an example. Just using your body weight. So 5 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So first minute you do air squats, second minute you do push-ups, and then your third minute you do lunges, and just repeat that there 5 times. That's quick, easy, simple, and that's going to give you a good burn, and it's going to get you set up for the day. If you want a more advanced one, then you can go for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. It means you're doing more work and less rest. Or if you find that the 30 seconds and 30 seconds is too much, then go for 20 minutes work and 40 seconds, or 20 minutes work, 20 seconds work, and then 40 seconds rest. So, and what I'll do then as well, I'll put another few workouts from YouTube into the caption. So you just click on the link, you can copy and paste that link and take it with you on holidays, or it'll be in the guided section of the Facebook group. Move as much as possible. So obviously, moving more is going to help you to burn more calories, which is going to help you to stay on track. So what you should be looking at doing, for example, is to get up in the morning, go for a good long morning walk. Nothing better to start your day than a good long morning walk. If you're down by the beach, that'd be incredible to walk by the beach, or just it doesn't matter where you are. I do know that some of you guys in Zim may be going to places that have wild animals about, and I do understand that you cannot walk. So again, what you do then is just do that workout that I said before. And if you want to extend it and do 30 minutes, then go for that as well. But if you can get out for a walk, I would definitely highly recommend that there. There's no better day to start your day. Or like if you're busy in the morning times, if you find that you have a bit more time in the evenings or in the afternoons, then get out and do a walk then. Even if you get out for 10 minutes, that's is much better than nothing. If you are going to a place where you're going to be doing a lot of driving about, to go to certain activities, then instead of using the transport, why not skip it and go and walk to the places instead. Whenever you're in the car, you don't get to see as much around you. Whereas if you go for a walk, you can get to take in a lot more of your surroundings, and you get to see a lot more, which is absolutely incredible. So you're not just burning calories on your walk, but you're also getting to see a lot more as well, taking a lot more in. So that is another thing that you can do. And then the last one, then, if you're on the beach, get into the water, go for a swim, go for a good long swim, or just even run up and down the beach. You could do that. Or if you have a pool at the place you're staying at, get in there and do a bit of swimming. Even if you're not doing any swimming, even if you get in there and walk about the pool, and just sort of paddle about a bit, that's still active. It's still keeping you active. It's still burning calories, which is going to, help every little thing to keep you on track, which is incredible. And then on the beach again as well, like maybe play some sports like the likes of cricket or rounders or beach volleyball, things like that. Something that's going to help to keep you active. That's all that matters here. So just move as much as possible throughout the day. Don't be hard on yourself. The stories that some people tell themselves, the way people treat themselves, the negative self-talk. Whenever they go away on holidays, it's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have eaten that there. Oh, I really shouldn't have done that there. I'm really, really stupid. I know I feel really bad now, and like, why the hell do you do this? You do this every time you go away, and then you have to come back and you have to go on a diet and you have to blah 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 blah, all this shit. Don't be hard on yourself. You don't have to feel guilty. Again, that's the thing we do not feel in this program, is we want to get away from feeling guilty about food, or even the actions that we take. As long as we are taking actions that at least we're getting that 1% better, and improving our health and fitness. That is the main thing. That's all I want you to think about. Even if you make one good food choice in a day, that's still a win, and that's still pushing that needle forward, that 1%. So just don't be so bloody damn hard on yourself. You've only got, if you talk to your kids, if you talk to your friends the way you talk to yourself in a negative way, you would never want to talk to your kids like that. You would never want to talk to your friends like that. So why should you talk to yourself like that? Why should you be so hard on yourself? We want to show a bit of self-love. So you don't need to feel guilty. Like, you're going away to enjoy yourself, and you're going away to de-stress, relax, and let loose, and really, get away from reality. And you don't have to feel guilty about doing that. People are so caught up in life, like they're so busy, they have to be doing things, they have to be so busy. Take the time out, take this week, take this 2 weeks, and just really de-stress and get away from everything, and don't feel guilty for doing that. And think positively. A lot of people, like, like I talked about there, a lot of negative self-talk. So if you do something negative, or if you think of something negative, or you say something negative about somebody else, what I want you to do is to turn that around and think of something positive. Think of 2 or 3 things positive. Like, say somebody walks past and you say, "Oh fuck, look at the cut of her. Look at her. Look at the state of her hair." think of something, three things that are positive. Fair play to her. She's getting out on a walk, or um, her her eyes, like she's nice eyes, or uh, tell you what, like for being a mum of three kids, there, like she's in pretty good shape. Things like that. So these are things that I want you to think about, just to be more positive, have a more positive outlook on life, and not to be so negative. And then the last thing as well, whenever we go away and we're thinking about things, we end up complaining about a lot of things. So again, whenever we complain, whenever you catch yourself complaining, being mindful of complaining. And what I want you to do then is to think again of something positive, or think of that situation. Think of somebody that would be grateful to be in the situation that you are in, even though you're fucking complaining about it. That's another way. Or what you can do is to be grateful as well. Think of three things that you're grateful for in that day too. That's going to help as well to think more positively, and it's also going to help to reduce complaining. Keep your goals small. So, instead of, oh, I'm going to go away on holidays here and I'm going to do 5 runs, 10 workouts, I'm going to drink water every day, I'm not going to drink alcohol, all this here, these huge goals that you're setting yourself whenever you're going away. 9 times out of 10, you are not going to complete them, or they're going to end in disaster. So, what I want you to do is set the bar very, very low, and just keep your goals very strong, or very, very small. So, one day it could be, today I'm going to focus on drinking more water. So once you drink more water in that day, that's your goal ticked off. So set, minimum minimum 1 goal, maximum 2 goals in a day. It could be even like read a chapter of a book. It could be a goal. Uh, do one of the workouts that I've said there. That could be a goal. Today I'm going to hit my 10,000 steps. I'm not going to get in the car. For the activity today, I'm not going to drive to it. I'm actually going to walk to it instead. And that's going to help me get my 10,000 steps in today. So again, that's another thing that you could do. Keep your goals small. And then the last thing as well, that what we do every day in the program already, is to just stick to the daily core 4. Just try and get that 1% better in your diet, in your activity, in your hydration, and in your mindfulness. So just like, for example, make better food choices for your diet, get a workout in for your activity, get at least 2 liters of water in for your hydration, and then for your mindfulness, then, as I say, read a chapter of a book, or reduce your time on social media as well. So there's a few things there that you can do to keep your goals small. Okay, guys, number 10. This is the most important one of all, and that is to fucking enjoy yourself. You're going away on holidays to relax, de-stress, and not to worry about anything until you get back at home. So, this is the main thing, is to go away and enjoy yourself and just be very present. If you're going away with family, enjoy that time you are away with your family. The time you get to enjoy with your kids, or if you're away with your friends, the time you get to spend with your friends rather than complaining, etc. Just be present. Don't worry about the future. Don't complain about the past, and just take a second, take a breath, and just be in the present, be in the now. Be in the moment, and then all of life's stresses and worries always disappear whenever you are in the present moment, because nothing can worry you whenever you are in the present moment. So, as I say, relax as much as possible. Sit by the pool, have a beer, or have a glass of wine or a cocktail, and sit and read a book and enjoy it. Don't feel guilty about it, because at the end of the day, you're going away on holidays to do that. You're going away on holidays to de-stress as well. A big stressor is the mobile phones. So what I would suggest there is, it's a big one that I have done as well, is to put the mobile phone away in the top drawer of your bedroom and forget about it. Get away from reality. You don't need to sit and worry about other people whenever you're on holidays. All you need to worry about is trying to relax as much as possible. And a really good way to do that is to put the phone away and not worry about it. Just tell everybody that, I'm switching off here for 7 days or 14 days, however long you're going away for. And, if you don't hear from me, then, everything's fine. Though if there's any problems, any emergencies, you'll be the first one to know. But I'm going away here now to relax and enjoy myself, and I don't want to be disturbed really. So putting that phone away is really a really good idea to do that. As I said, there's well be present. You're enjoy every moment. Everybody's worried about. They're always thinking about the next thing. They're always thinking about, oh fuck, I'm only here for a week. And we go away next Tuesday, and I'm only here. And they're always thinking about the next thing. Always thinking about, oh fuck, like when's the next time I'm going to go away on holidays? Why not just enjoy the moment that you're in now? Why not just enjoy the holiday that you're on now at the moment, and just enjoy every second of it? Take it in and really, really enjoy it. And if you're coming back, if you've got stresses at home, when it comes to work or family, at the end of the day, that's at home. It's not with you now. Whenever you're on holidays, so what I want you to do is just worry about that stuff whenever you get back home. All I want you to do is worry about how you're going to relax as much as possible, how you're going to de-stress, how you're going to get away from reality. Work and family life back at home, all that stuff is all it's all reality. I want you to go away into your own world whenever you come to holiday mode, and just switch off and really, really enjoy it. And then the last point, the most important one of all, is to have fun. If there's things that you do on a daily basis that maybe stress you out, maybe it could be something to do with this program or something, maybe it's like, trying to track calories and stuff. This is actually a time where I don't want you to track your calories. This is a time that I want you to learn to be mindful of the foods that you're eating, and just be mindful as well of the activities that you are doing. So forget about tracking, forget about all that there. This is just about going away and just having good, bloody, serious fun. So, guys, hope that you got something out of that there. Hope that you learned something there that's going to help to keep you on track whenever you are on your holidays. And if you have any questions, or if you had any aha moments, or if you had any insights from that presentation, please do comment below. I would love to hear them. All right.